I ran 35 miles through the middle of the night. It's been a while since I've been out of my comfort zone, and I wanted to change that. About to hit our first hour, just about 7 miles. Woo, 1 hour down, just like that. In the heart of Corona Del Mar right now. Gonna be in Laguna Beach very soon. All right, my friends, welcome officially to Laguna Beach.
Hey, hey, I know you. I know you too.
To be honest, I wanted this run to be quite a bit longer than it was. Full transparency, I thought that if everything went well and that I didn't fall apart, I had a chance to make it all the way from my house to San Diego, which would have been really close to 100 miles. Obviously, that turned out to be quite an optimistic thought considering I only made it 35, but hey, I went for it. So let's talk about 3 things that made this run pretty difficult. One, first and foremost, I'm just not in that good of long distance shape right now. Since February, since the marathon, it's been that long since I've thrown down a legit 20-mile plus long run, and it's shown. I've done a lot more other things like the rower, been hitting the weights, living kind of a more of a hybrid athlete training routine, only running 35, 40-ish miles a week. It shows, and this 35-mile run hurt a lot more than I would have liked to admit. I thought I was going to be able to go a lot farther, but hey, it is what it is, and if anything, this is serving as a wake-up call that I really, really would like to get back into a long-distance endurance kind of shape where I'm able to put down some mileage and maybe even do a race, an ultramarathon, before Boston. The second thing I believe that made this a lot more difficult than I would have originally thought is the terrain. It is a lot different running 4 or 5 plus hours on the trails versus 4 to 5 plus hours pounding on the pavement. And this specific path on PCH from my house down the coast south, you're pretty much only on asphalt the entire time. Actually, there was probably only 3/4 of a mile in total that I was actually on some kind of dirt or some kind of terrain that wasn't hard sidewalk or asphalt. And when you're pounding the pavement, it takes a toll a lot more on your knees, and it exponentially grows and makes your lower body a lot more tired than if I was to be on a trail for 35 miles or so. So that's something that I definitely didn't really consider in the beginning, but definitely took a toll on my body a lot sooner than I would have expected. The third thing I believe that made this run so difficult, and still something I'm trying to get used to, is my weight. When I ran my first ultra, I believe I weighed in at an all-time low for a race, which was around 122 pounds. Even for my marathon in February, I was mid-30s, 135, I believe. Now, after lifting weights, I've been putting on some weight, some muscle. I'm around 144, 145 on any given day. Might not seem like that big of a difference, but 122 to 145, or even 135 to 145, 10 pounds is a lot when you're talking 5, 6, 7 plus hours on your feet running. That extra weight comes at a price, and that's something I'm still getting used to. I think I'll adjust over time and kind of get used to that as time goes on, training with this extra weight. But yeah, that's something I'm still trying to manage and get used to. I'm happy with my physique now, and I've been happy to put on some more muscle and weigh this weight. It's just something I need to get used to over time, and I think I will. So here's the deal. I would kind of consider this run a failure of sorts, and I don't mean a failure in such a bad thing, because I believe that failure is a good thing. You can learn a lot from it. I kind of did this little run as a gut check to see where I was at, and it was definitely a gut check, and I want to get back into shape. I think I'm already considering which ultramarathon I would like to do before Boston, before April of next year, so it's time to get into shape. This has really lit a fire under me, and I miss being in that long distance shape I used to be in, even in February or several years back when I ran my first ultramarathon. I miss being that dedicated and just that focused on running and, being the best I can absolutely be. So It's time to buckle down, guys. We're gonna get in shape. I'm gonna have some intense training videos coming up, I think. I'm probably gonna put an ultra marathon on the map, on the schedule before Boston of next year. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button below and comment what kind of training videos you would like to see next. Thank you so much for watching. As always, be good humans, do good things, search for happiness. Peace.